Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 100 days of hardcore Ark Survival Evolved on the Lost Island map. Hey yo, what's up? Just a couple of mentions as always. Luke the Notable for the 100 days idea. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. Let's go! Hold up, I've got a confession to make. I'm addicted. Yeah, I'm addicted to Raid Shadow Legends! Seriously though, thanks to the guys at Raid for sponsoring this video. If you guys are into a turn-based RPG with over 600 champions that come from unique factions plus a whole lot of content, then this game is for you. Available for free on mobile and PC. Speaking about content, there's a new clan boss in town called the Hydra. Now this is not an ordinary 6-headed beast. Each of these heads are a complete boss on its own. For instance, the Head of Suffering. Amongst other things, it has a new special effect, the Pain Link, which shares some of its damage with you. The Head of Torment. Well, what can I say? The name speaks for itself. Its special ability is to use True Fear to drag your team down, making you skip turns and lose access to skills. That's not all, folks. No. There's a whole lot of things happening in Raid this month. A bunch of awesome new champions incoming. A brand new faction war script for one of the coolest factions in town, the Shadowkin. The icing on the top, there's a ton of New Year events and tournaments. A special event to possibly get one of Raid's newest legendary champions. Man, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. Seriously, this is the time to start. Go ahead and click the link in my description or scan my QR code on the screen. By doing this, you'd get a free starter pack worth $30. This includes a free champion, Ayyoooo, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard. These rewards will only be available for the next 30 days and only for new players. Let's go, peeps! Oh yeah, finally, Lost Island, a whole new map to explore, a whole lot of dinos to tame, and a whole lot of things to do. But firstly, we need to get down to do some of the nitty-gritty things, like getting our first couple of tools, weapons, armor, and finding a spot to place down base. Oh yeah, and maybe taking on a dodo too. That's always good to boost morale, right? Basically what Ark is all about, picking on guys weaker than you. I'm just kidding. You guys wouldn't do that. Okay, I don't know, but stop it, Cam, stop it. You naughty boy. There we go. A perfect spot for base. I'm feeling good here, peeps. Let's go. Here we find ourselves face to face with one of Lost Island's gentle giants, serenely grazing upon the fresh vegetation. So peaceful, so tranquil. So violent. Whoa! Run, Cams! Run! Yeah, I meant to tame just one of them. Luckily, it worked to my favor. I was able to take one of them out. But I had an idea to tame the other, though it required much preparation. So, I called it a day. Oh yeah, peeps. Look at this. Fortified wooden base. Oh yeah, now we're talking. So this is what I was doing. Yeah, whole night working on the base, and I was able to level up. By leveling up, I was able to unlock trank arrows. So, in effect, my plan wasn't needed this time around because I had something better. And taming the trike was as easy as ever. Hey. That rhymed. It's time to move, peeps. Forge and Smithy was next on the cards. The forge was easy enough to get that done ASAP. I also found a stream with some river rocks, so from there I was able to get some metal. We needed the metal to smelt, so I had to wait a bit, and in no time our smithy was done. In fact, we were able to get our first couple of metal tools. Bonus! Day 5, I was interested in building a canoe. Yes, I've never done this before, so I decided I'd take a shot at it. Anyways, it was currently one of the best ways to travel and explore the map, especially across the waters. So we visited our neighboring islands to see what we cannot see. And what we saw was amazing. We found crystals! Crystals! Day 6, with the bag load of crystals, I was able to craft myself a spyglass. And with a spyglass, I was on the prowl for some high-level dino taming. Just pteranodons. With luck, I was not only able to spot one high-level pteranodon, I was able to spot 2 high-level pteranodons. And not just that, I was able to tame both of them thanks to the handy dandy dino tracker that I never used in my life and was there for quite some time. Scriiib counts. Day 7, I was like, you know what? I'm not really gonna move anytime soon because I hardly know the place, and well, I'm a bit scared to go any further than what I have done so far. So I decided to go ahead and upgrade my base just to make a little bit more space for me and my dinos, and also to make it a little bit more pretty, like, if you know what I mean. And there you are. This is what I came out with. It does look good, really. Day 8, I got a couple of pteranodon eggs from the previous day, so I decided to go ahead and hatch them in hopes of getting something decent to use. Of course, pteranodon stats are pathetic. I did get a really cool color mutation, so I'm only choosing this because of its color. Its stats sucks, man. It sucks. Day 9, I had the levels to craft my pteranodon saddle. What we needed first was to get some keratin or chitin. So off with our canoe we went in search of some keratin dinos. Wasn't that difficult? Just across from us was a couple of dinos we could take out to get an all-important resource, and in no time we had our pteranodon saddle. In no time we were in the air checking out our surroundings. Finally we get the bigger picture. Day 10, I needed more muscles, so I spotted a decent level Carno which I wanted to tame. I had to go ahead and first lay down my little taming pin that I built for it. The other problem was that there was a Rex nearby, so I had to kite it to a Bronto that was close by, which actually helped. Didn't bother us from then onwards. I then turned my attention towards the Carno to kite that into my taming trap. Darn it. Please don't let me die. Please. There we go. Just made it out. What the freak happened there, man? Anyways, we went ahead and tranked our Carno. Waited for it to get knocked out, fed it some prime, and just waited for it to tame up. Okay, so I couldn't pass this opportunity. I found a freaking high level Carno. What do you expect me to do? Look at it? Jeez, man. Anyways, I went ahead and kited that to my taming pen. This time being careful that I didn't get stuck with it inside the pen as well. That would be just stupid. I then proceeded to trank it, knock it out, and wait for it to tame up. Day 12. Oh, peeps! Peeps! My peeps! Yeah, well, this was a crazy thing. You know they're saying high risks are high rewards? Well, yeah, I kinda went towards that. Well, I want to level up my Carno and myself. With this strategy, you can get super high levels. Because I spotted an Alpha Raptor just above our base. So we went ahead to try and take it on. I almost died. I almost died. For what? For nothing. Ark robbed me of my levels. And not only that, we didn't get any presents from it. What happened? I thought by taking this out, it would be a game changer. Yeah, almost died for nothing. Thanks a lot, Ark. Peace. Day 13, we worked on getting ourselves a fabricator. Yeah, we took on a tech dino which gave us the materials to go ahead and craft the fabricator. We also needed to extend the base, so we did some upgrades and made space for us to place our fabricator. Boom! Just like that, son. Hey, yo, peeps, it's day 14. Yup, we gathered enough resources to craft our full set of flakgear. Yup, we're moving up in life, peeps. We also found a really cool journeyman hatchet blueprint. I mean, it's strange, but it's cool. I mean, why not craft it and test it out, right? We also went ahead and prepared for our next day's taming event. More on that tomorrow. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Holy freaking crazy freaking freak me, man. We found a 150 RG. Now that's what I'm talking about. Who would have thought? Finding a 150 RG? Crazy stuff, man. Good thing is we prepped up for an RG tame. So all we had to do was place down our taming pen and try to kite the RG in. Also, on the side note, we did go ahead and grab ourselves a few Christmas drops. Yeah, and in one of them, we got some cryopods, or just a cryopod. Knocking down the RG wasn't that difficult, neither was getting Prime a hassle. We had a freaking crazy Carlo. Speaking about presents, on the morning of day 16, Raptor Claus came for a little visit, spreading the land with the gifts of plenty. Oh, do I like presents? Oh, I really love presents. And so much of amazing things we got from it. I love it. I just love it. The next day we spent our time getting more presents. I told you, I love presents. It was crazy. Yeah, we did end up getting a couple of good things from this as well. So I think I'm gonna be doing this for quite some time. I'll catch you the next day. Alright? Take it easy now. See ya. Oh man, things just get a whole lot better from here on end, guys. Cause yeah, I just spotted freaking high level snow owl, which I had to kite it all the way over from the snow to where I positioned my taming pen. Yeah, I tried to kite it in a couple of times. It was a bit of a difficult thing to do. Another thing to note, the taming pen I built for the RG didn't quite work out for the snow owl, which was kinda mind-boggling. Why? It's almost the same size, right? Anyways, I had to take down that taming pen and prepare for another one, which took some time. And by that time, it was already really late, so I had to wait for the next day. Oh, no, no, no. You're not getting away from me that easily. Yeah, I got you this time around, punk. Tracking it was of course not that difficult, and well, we got some prime for it, which instantly tamed the owl. Quite a surprise. They eat so fast. You know what? I'm gonna name you Fifi, just because I like it. Oh, you're so beautiful. Day 20, coming out of a night of drop hunting, we got some really cool things to show you guys, like for instance, this ascended shield and a freaking OP ascendant sword. How amazing is that? I just love my little Fifi. Fifi. Aww. Dude, what's going on here? Hey, straighten up, son. Anyways, I found the mother lode of all beaver dams. If you want to see a giant beaver dam, I mean a real freaking giant beaver dam, then you gotta play the Lost Island map, because they have these freaking gigantic beaver dam. It has so much good stuff. It's just amazing. I bet you we're not gonna be having any cementing paste problems on this map. Day 21, I spotted a high level Rex the other day whilst looking out for the snow owl, and so I returned to tame this little Scriiib. Of course, I did have a pre-built taming pen in my bag. I just needed to place it down. Though the Rex wasn't particularly happy with me disturbing the peace, I eventually had enough time to place down my taming pen and try to kite the Rex in. This was of course a bit of an effort, but we did get the Rex into our taming pen. We then needed to just trank it, wait for it to tame up, and hey, we got our first Rex. Day 22, coming from a night of drop hunting, these are the items that the gods have bestowed upon me. Such beauty in these gifts. Anyways, I spotted another alpha raptor which I wanted to take out, but it did have friends around, so I had to take them out first in the hopes of getting some crazy levels this time around. And alas, this time, well, it works. Yeah, this is what's supposed to happen. Crazy levels, man. Oh, what is this? Am I seeing things? What is this? Oh, another high-level Rex. I'm sure you know what I'm gonna do next, right?
Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah, we going for the Rex, we're gonna tame it! Though, dear me. Just right off the bat, I didn't watch any videos until I started doing caves for this map because I wanted to experience it for myself. This day, I decided to go ahead and try and tame the cinema crops, which was the new dino, and I have no idea how to tame this. Neither did I know that we can't use traps for it. But I did know that if you were chitin, it would aggro onto you. So I tried doing the logical thing, building a trap and trying to use chitin as well to try and get it in there and yada yada. But to cut the story short, it didn't work. The freak. I spent hours and hours trying to get this thing. It was painful. I then gave up and tried to do it the normal way, which is just feed it and then track it down. That in itself was a freaking mission on its own. I went all through the night trying to track it and trying to feed it. It just didn't want me to tame it. Oh, was this just the most horrible day ever? So I had to quit and face defeat. Another day, my friend. another day. Day 25, we spotted a cool place to build our main base. Yes, I kind of like this one because it was sort of flat and all the main resources were stone throw away. We also had one entrance, which means we only needed to really secure one side. So I placed down some foundations to make it official, and then needed to start working on some harvesting dinos to help us fulfill our building project. Day 26, more harvesting dinos were on the cards. We needed an Anki for metal, and for wood we tamed a beaver. That should probably sort us out for now. Yo, peeps! I gotta show you these. These are all from last night's Christmas drops. It's so amazing. Look at those crossbows. Look at those ascendants. Ah, so cool. So cool. I love presents. Anyways, let's get down to some work. We need to go ahead and secure our base. And all we need for that is to build some dino gates. And thankfully, I went ahead and got all of the harvesting dinos needed for this job. So let's get cracking, comes. Day 28, I went ahead to breed my Rexes. I wanted to get a Rex for general use. So we had a couple of eggs to hatch, and yeah, this one seems really cool. I think I'm gonna keep this one. I might name it Big Red. Sounds good. Yeah, boy. Who's your daddy? Anyways, we went out to go and level up our Rex. Yes, Big Red was on the move and on the prowl. I spotted an Alphacano, which would certainly do the job if we could take it out. And with Big Red, well, it wasn't much of a challenge. Yeah, we got crazy amounts of levels for both me and Big Red. Later on, I decided to go and get more presents. I was into this whole kind of gacha claws thing. So we spent the rest of the day trying to get some really cool gifts. I was not at all disappointed. Ah, there you are. I told you guys, I was into presents. We got so much cool things. Some from our gacha claws and some from the Christmas drops. Yeah, really cool things. Palm shotty, some more crypods, and a few things here and there. Alrighty, moving on. Somehow, I stumbled upon the Ice Wyvern Trench or lair, whatever you want to call it. And of course, instinctively, you'd want to go there and explore, hoping to find an Ice Wyvern egg, and for us to, of course, steal it. Well, with my snow owl, we were able to get one of those eggs. We thought we were in the clear, but I stayed too long, and well, the wyverns started to follow us. Fly, Camps, fly! Ah, I'm just kidding. It wouldn't catch up to us anyways. The good thing is, we got a wyvern egg. Sweet. Day 31 to 35, it was time for us to start working on our main base. As always, I did have an idea of what the base should look like, not necessarily a blueprint of how I should build it. So these things, of course, are a matter of trial and error. Loads and loads of freaking error. Yeah, and we had to get loads of structures and everything to do this. But you know what? We kind of got it to what we wanted it to look like. And I must say, the end product was amazing. I absolutely loved the way it turned out. We had space for wyverns, for flyers. We had a huge space for our breeding area and crafting area. So I was more than happy with this one. I think it's one of the best builds we have done so far. Day 36, we needed to fill our forges. So a metal run it is. Day 37, I attempted to hatch my ice wyvern egg. Yes, with a million standing torches. Oh crap, I forgot we don't have a Daedon. What? Did someone say we didn't have a Daedon? What a scrib. Well, I guess we sorted now. Ah, yeah, these things happen, hey? Anyways, on day 38, we were able to raise our wyvern. Now that we have a Daedon. Also, on the same day, we went ahead and raided some of the beaver dams. So much amazing paste. Day 39, well, we took a trip to the Redwood in order to tame yet another new dino. This time I'm talking about the Monkey Man. We first tried with our wyvern, but it just didn't cut it. For one, its movement was poor. Secondly, its melee, not so good. But never fear, for Big Red was near, and that surely did the job. It totally annihilated everything in its path without even breaking a sweat, leaving just the alpha for us to tame. yes, we did try to tame it, and it was accompanied by a juvenile, which I really didn't know what was going on there. I did try to bowler it to try and see what's going on, but this time around my bowler skills were so freaking pathetic. I didn't even bother after that. And eventually, we did get our first monkey man tame. That was so freaking awesome. Yeah! Our first attempt. Booyah. Yeah, I spotted an Alpha Rex close to base. And to think that we just tamed a monkey man, which needed some levels so we can do some caves. You know what? I tried my best, okay? I did try, but who knew that the monkey man would be this bad? Surely I didn't. I thought it would take on the Alpha Rex quite easily. Alas, I was wrong. But luckily, Big Red wasn't that far away. Who's your daddy? There we go. This is something you can handle. Good job. Okay, George. Day 41. Now that we have some metal and some crystal, I decided to go ahead and work on our base. Yes, we needed to put up some windows just to polish things up. This really turns up the heat. Day 42. George and I were ready to take on some of the caves. First up was the artifact of the cutting, and thankfully, well, we watched a couple of YouTube videos to help us out with the caves. So thank you Hypha and Seashell Gamings for those awesome tutorials. I still got lost, by the way. It's not you, it's me. I just couldn't find my way. It's all so new, so yeah, I had no idea what to do. But these caves wasn't that difficult, and with George, nothing really aggroes on you. So guys, here's a tip. If you want to do these caves, make sure to get yourselves a monkey man and always use it. Do not go without it. It's a beast. Here we go. Artifact of the cunning. Done. Alrighty, here we go. Next cave on our list. Day 43 was the artifact of the hunter. But I had a problem. I didn't know whether I wanted to do the gamma boss or try the beta boss. So I went ahead and grabbed, well, the beta boss artifacts for now. With George, these caves are so easy. So easy. Anyways, it's done. That's all I care about, right? Yeah! No, day 44, I spotted a wyvern trench. So of course, I had to check it out. We needed more wyvern eggs, right? No, Camps. You needed more wyvern eggs. And also, these eggs were pretty freaking high level. Was really excited about. Super crazy. So we had to steal one. Luckily, somehow these wyverns were busy with them other dinos outside. So, you know what? I didn't complain. All I did was take the egg and fly away. I mean, it couldn't get any better than that, right? Oh no, they smelt me. Yes, I agree. I took the egg. But you're never gonna catch me. Never! Day 45, we started working on our nursery. We needed a couple of ACs and a Jenny to get things going. We also went ahead and started hatching our wyvern egg. By the end of the day, we had this cute little Snookums. Such a beastly cute face you have. Oh, boopsie. Day 46. Whilst out and about, I spotted something very interesting. And out of curiosity, I had to go and investigate. To my amazement, this was actually a magmasaur lair. Now, this was kind of a tricky situation. Not as easy as those wyvern egg snatches that I did earlier on. I did try to go and grab its egg, but these guys weren't having none of it. They were really overprotective and was blasting me out of sight. So, yeah, I had to try to work my magic here. I had to go ahead and try and kite them out of the cave, which actually did work. It gave us enough time to get inside the cave, snatch up a couple of eggs, and flee. It was the perfect strategy. Sayonara, succotash. Oh yeah, I also had to go and grab some sulfur for my magmasaurs. Alrighty, day 47, it was time for us to hatch our magmasaur eggs. They required a whole lot more ACs, so I had to craft a whole lot more. Eventually, we got them to work, and our magmasaur eggs were hatched. We also had loads of sulfur to feed them in order for them to mature. I then placed them outside with the feeding trough and sulfur, deciding to follow that with a bit of exploration. Why did I do that? Oh yeah, I never should have done that. Never should have done that. Came back and found that my magmasaurs were gone. Turns out they starved to death. So I went ahead and got another couple of eggs. These ones were a bit low leveled, but I was determined to raise them and didn't leave their sides until it was fully matured. Yeah, that's how I'm doing it now. So, day 49. The other day I went for a little exploration. You might remember that. Well, I spotted a 150 Rex, which I wanted to tame. That would definitely help with getting our line of bus Rexes ready or started, something like that. So I had to carefully kite it towards our taming pen in the hopes of us being able to trap it. We did! We just had to trank it, feed it some prime meat, and wait for it to tame up. I'm so excited because now we can start working on our bus Rexes, which we really need to do because the 100th day is coming up really fast. Yo peeps, it's day 50! Well, to be honest, I just chilled a bit for today. Did some things around base, neatened things up a bit here and there. So, yeah, it was just an all-round chill day. I also needed some levels to unlock the Magmasaur saddle. So I went ahead and took on some Alpha Raptors that surely would do the job. Well, we did. We were able to unlock the Magmasaur saddle. Wow, was this so awesome. Day 51 to day 55 we started working on our bus Rexes. I don't know why, but we struggled to get a pair of Rexes with the best stats. Yep, we worked through days and nights in order for us to find something to work with. On day 55, with much determination, we had the Rexes that were indeed ready for us to start our breeding line. For day 56, a metal run with a drizzle of cementing paste on top with the talk of the day. Day 57, well, it was time for us to grab another artifact. Scratch what I said earlier on, this was the easiest cave of them all, or so I think. I don't know, there were plenty easy caves here. Ooh, look at this! A red drop, and in the desert. Well, of course I was curious to go ahead and check what's inside. So I had to take out some of the arthroplurid. It wasn't really a challenge for George here. Ah, nice. That's what I'm talking about. Really cool stuff. Afterwards, we were on the path for our next artifact. Yeah, the artifact of the brute was secured. Who's a sweet little monkey? Hey man, what are you talking about? Come here, come here! Day 58, off to another cave for another artifact. This one was presumably one of the difficult caves, so I had a strategy and I brought some backup with me. Though, strangely enough, nothing really spawned here. Which I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, it's kind of strange. A whole lot of things supposed to be spawning in here, and I wasn't supposed to be able to make it through this cave. But hey, we got lucky and nothing did spawn in. We got the artifact, and that's what counts, because that was the artifact of the immune done. Sayonara, baby. Righto, day 59 to 60, while we started working on breeding our boss Rexes. Oh man, did I enjoy this, because of course we already got a pair of Rexes that had the best stats. So when they came out, man, did they look amazing. So freaking awesome. Coming out at 10k HP with 500 plus melee wasn't an easy feat. I know not the best stats, but man, I still love them. They are my Rexes, okay? I love them. First I had to get them some meat, so we went for a meat run. Day 61, we took a trip to the volcano. Yes, we needed some organic polymer, and the best way to get them is taking out them Scriiib mantis. So that's what we did. We got a bunch of poly. The rest of the resources were close to base, so that wasn't really a problem. We needed all of those resources to eventually craft our indie forge. Yes, peeps, it was time to upscale, to aim to move up in the world. By the end of the day, we were able to craft our indie forge. Let's go! Day 62, we got a couple more Rexes that we needed to raise up. I was thinking that we needed around 20 Rexes for this boss fight. Okay, maybe not 20, but 19. Just an extra one for good luck, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, we also needed to get some more meat, so a meat run was in order. Day 63. Ah yes, we needed to fill our indie forge. So, it's a metal run! Yeah. I spotted a cool little trap on YouTube for taming these cinema crops. I thought I'd try my luck trying to tame these guys, because of course I didn't have a great time the first time around. So this was the redemption tame. So I followed the tutorial step by step. This was it! This was the moment! Ah, darn it. No, not again. I eventually tried again, though it still somehow didn't really work for me because the cinema crops couldn't really land. But never fear, because Camps came up with a strategy. What I did was rinse and repeat the same trapping of the cinema crops just before I could feed it. And yeah, we got our first cinema crops. Freaking hate this tame. Day 65 and day 66, well, we began the oh so ever inevitable. Yeah, we started trading our Rexes, so I took them out to get them some levels. We did find an Alphacano, which was easy to take out, and then we went to the desert where we could find some of the death worms, and that would definitely give us a whole lot of levels. Day 67, and we were off for our next artifact. Yep, guys, the artifact of the strong. This cave, however, was the craziest because I got lost a couple of times trying to find the path to the artifact. Eventually, I did, but it was also one of the scariest caves because one false move and I was done for. It was sort of like walking on a tight rope. However, I was able to get the artifact and managed to get out of the cave untouched. Day 68, well, we began working on our greenhouse. I found the perfect spot to build it. Though we were kind of far from a water source, so I opted for some water reservoirs instead. I also knew that it rained quite frequently on the Lost Island map, so that wasn't really a problem. I then went ahead and got the rest of the things that needed to complete this greenhouse build. By day 69, it was completed, and of course I needed to get some other things, but over time I'll get to it. Day 70, it was off to the desert once again. This time around we wanted to get some more organic polymer, so we just needed to get a couple of those mantis scribs, and those of course gave us plenty organic polymer. Whilst I was there, I decided to go ahead and add on to our greenhouse build, so we tamed a couple of dung beetles. On our way back to our base, we were in search of some tech dinos to get some oil. Yeah, we were in the business of crafting something big, bros. After a day's worth of grinding and waiting for our metal to smelt, we had enough resources to go ahead and craft our industrial cooker. I also wanted to craft the crossbow that we found the other day, so I had to go out to gather some of the resources needed. Once we were able to collect all of the resources, we were able to craft this weapon from the gods themselves. Well then, of course, we needed to test it out. Oh boy, the results were fantastic. So satisfying. Huh? What you looking at, boy? Take that! Nah, I'm just fooling around with you guys. Anyways, we needed to get some boss items. I thought it's best for us to get them ASAP, so we had to journey across to the volcano in order to find some basilisks. Yes, we needed some basilisk scales. Lucky enough, we were able to find these little scribs, because let me tell you something, they are quite difficult to spot. We then flew towards the Red Wood, where I thought for sure we could find a Spino, and we did. You can't get away from me, son. Ha! Spino sale acquired. Day 73, we were in the snow biome. I spotted a high-level Tyrannus, which of course I wanted to tame. Thankfully, it was a good distance away from us, which enabled us to place down our taming pin, and then tried with all our might to kite the UTN. Unfortunately, I was stuck with this chicken of a wyvern. I didn't really know that UT power would affect wyverns, but luck was on our side this time. The UT somehow managed to get into our taming pin, and we were able to trank it and wait for it to tame peacefully. What a beauty find. Day 74 and 75, well, we were back at the desert, training some of my Rexes for the boss fight, and of course doing so by taking on some of the death worms we found there. Juicy levels is what we can expect. Booyah! This time we were scouting the snow biome, and I happened to come across a high-level Tyrannus, though this was a bit tricky. It was accompanied by a couple of Carnos, and well, it got us again. Freaking puny wyvern. Anyways, there is a plus side to this. When I arrived back at the taming spot, the Carnos seemed to have got themselves stuck in our taming pen. You little sausages. We eventually managed to kite the Tyrannus into our taming pen and was able to trank it and knock it down safely. And thanks to those Carnos, we had plenty prime meat in our wyvern. Thank you very much. Day 77, it was off to the desert once again. Yes, we needed to take some of those mantis out because we needed some of the organic polymer. Why else would I waste my time flying so far away? I don't know. Anyways, I wanted to craft something that was kinda new to me. Well, not kinda. It was new. What are you talking about, huh? Yes, I'm talking about the egg incubator. Never used it in my life, so I wanted to try it out. And we had the perfect reason to do so, because I wanted to go ahead and breed my Tyrannus, which I started. So, moving on. Aha! Day 78, we started using the egg incubator. Problem was, I didn't know how to use it properly. So, yeah. I struggled to get my eggs out. That took a couple of minutes, hours. I don't really know. I was just lost, okay? I was lost.
2 hours later.
At last, victory is ours! Day 79 and 80, I continued breeding my Tyrannus. I also got familiar with the egg incubator, getting it to the right temperature to get our incubating boosts. Not that we needed it, but hey, at least I know some things. I was also looking for the perfect pair of UTs with the best stats, eventually trying to get the perfect UT that I would use for the boss fights. Day 81, not to take too much of your time, but we went for a metal run. Oh, sweet, sweet, juicy metal. By day 82, we breeded a pair of UTs with some great stats. I thought it'd be a good idea if we could take them to the boss fight, so I decided to start training them. We took one of them out for a little stroll and just took on everything that was in sight. We eventually found an Alphacano, and that would certainly give us a huge amount of levels. So, of course, we had to try and take it on. And man, did we receive the experience points that was needed. So OP. Day 83, I grabbed some scuba gear and my canoe and went out to sea. Yes, it was time for us to get some more boss items. Next on the list was some Megalodon teeth. So we had to go into the depths and try to take them on with my OP crossbow. Thankfully, it was OP enough to take them out in just a couple of shots. Before you know it, we had a bunch of Megalodon teeth in our bag. We're almost there, peeps. Almost there. Oh yeah, day 84, back into the desert. Yep, we needed some more organic polymer. Let's go ahead and craft another huge item. But this time, after getting our polymer, I spotted a high-level mantis, which I thought I'd take back to try and tame. So I did take it towards our taming pen. Managed to drop it in there as well. Don't really know how, because it was super tiny. I then left it there to tame it some other time. I had to, of course, finish what I started, and that was crafting our chemistry bench. With the resources now in hand, I was able to craft the chemistry bench. You know what? I hate taming mantis. Somehow, it just doesn't work for me. Don't really know why, but here we go. Let's just go ahead and try this. Darn it. Not again. You know what? Let's just reset its aggression and try again. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Come on, let's go! Day 86, we went out to level up our other UT. We tagged along our first UT for the mate boosted buff and also for the courage buff. We also found an Alphacano, which of course would give us amazing amounts of levels. With the buffs that the UT gave us, we were able to take this Kana out in no time. Once leveled, I was curious to find out what kind of damage it would do with all these buffs. So we found some unsuspected dinos. Oh well, we put it to the test. Oh, this was looking quite amazing. Over a K damage. I also wanted to try out this geyser, or whatever else you call it. Water jets, something like that. And was I right? This is amazing! Woo! Day 87, I spotted some Maywing whilst out and about. Of course, I really wanted to tame one of them. I thought I had a good strategy in trapping them, although I didn't really think this one out properly. Yeah, not my finest moment. Little Scriiib. So we opted for plan B, which is kind of trank them and chase them tame. I also knew that they had low torpor, so that really wasn't a problem because we had an OP crossbow. Eventually, I knocked one out, and well, we've got the Maywing tame. Pretty freaking cool if you ask me. Day 88, I finally addressed our oil problems. We crafted a couple of oil pumps and headed off towards the desert, where we found a couple of oil veins and placed our oil pumps. Oil for days, peeps! Day 89, I spotted a quetzal. I wanted to tame it because I had a specific job for it. So with my wyvern, we tried to trank it. I must admit that this strategy was awesome because I was able to stand on my wyvern and trank the quetzal. We did, however, manage to knock it out in a safe location, and well, we had all the prime we needed. Guess what? We have a quetzal. Day 90 was a chilled day. We just did some maintenance around base. We also went out for a meat run, and whilst out we went to visit the beaver dams for some cementing paste and pearls. We needed the pearls for the Quetz platform saddle. Day 91, we went out to tame the new spiky dino. I can't really pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try. This is why I needed the Quetz, because somehow the Quetz can carry it, and well, I built a taming pen for it, so we just dropped it in there, and well, things were kind of crazy. I mean, it was quite a hectic tame, though at some points things were going really well until I messed things up, and then yeah, from there things just went south. I also figured out that it would take hours before I could tame it, so I decided to spare my life and my time and flee, because this wasn't happening. Not today. No. Day 92, I spotted a max level griffin. Of course, I had to tame it. I mean, it was max level. And well, we had the gear to tame it. So, off we went with our wyvern to trank this griffin, using the same strategy we used with the quetzal. At one point, I almost gave up hope because I thought we would never get the griffin. Though, with sheer luck, we were able to knock down this griffin in a rather safe spot. So, all was good. Yeah, the griffin was ours, man. Just, I wasn't really impressed with its stats. Day 93 and 94, we went to the desert yet again to level up the last of our Rexes. Of course, by taking out some of the death worms. With this, I believe our Rexes are almost ready. Just need them to heal up for them to take on the boss. Day 95, well, I had a sudden change of heart here. That's because I didn't actually face the new boss and I don't know what to expect. And taking on the beta boss would be rather stupid, in my opinion, because we have no idea how to defeat it and what to expect. So, we went ahead to gather some of the gamma requirements, and first up was the artifact of the pack, which wasn't that far away from base actually. It was right there. I guess it's better late than never, right? Day 96, after our next cave. Yeah, it's a good thing I still had some time because there were a couple of things that are needed for the boss fights. For example, we needed this artifact, the artifact of the Skylord. Quite a straightforward cave, actually. Day 97, the last of the boss items were acquired. I also found this really cool Journeyman Rex Saddle blueprint. Though with the time frame I have, I don't think I'd be able to make it for all 20 Rexes. So it was quite useless at the moment. And also we went to gather some organic poly. We needed that, of course, to get some cryopods. Day 98, last minute preps were on the way. We needed the resources to craft a couple of med brews, and also we gathered enough resources to make the rest of the cryopods needed to transport our dinos to the obelisk. Oh boy, day 99 has come. Time for us to take all of our dinos and all of our items towards the obelisk. Of course, this takes a long time, so please do excuse us. But we are ready to face the Lost Island boss.